Hi, Gary here, and today I have the pleasure of having Rob O'Dell here with me. He's a wealth advisor whose office is in Naples, Florida. The name of his firm is Wheaton Wealth Partners. It also has a branch up here in Wheaton, Illinois, in the western suburbs. And he's here today to talk about a very strong interest of a lot of Illinois residents today, and that's becoming a resident of the state of Florida, domiciling there. And it's become a very hot topic of late, and I wanted to really bring Rob here today to share some of his thoughts and see if you could learn a little bit about this. So my first question is, Rob, why are people in Illinois considering, making Florida their domicile?
Well, there's a number of reasons why Illinois residents are considering Florida as their new home. Number one is tax. The state of Florida has no income tax. Two is estate planning. The state of Florida is a great place to do your estate plan. Why? There's no state inheritance or estate taxes. Three, creditor protection. Florida has one of the best asset protection laws in the United States. It's no wonder why Enron and OJ all moved to Florida after their trials. And number four, I don't know where you were in January and February this year, but Illinois residents had a pretty brutal winter, and weather is another reason why people are moving.
Yeah, it's almost always the first reason they'll bring up why they're moving. But so there's some things I heard of people say, yeah, I'm a Florida resident because I changed my driver's license and I changed registered my vehicle and I registered to vote and I changed my address. And so there's some common myths about that. What are the other things?
Well, you hit on several of the big items to becoming a Florida resident, or proving that you're a Florida resident, which are changing your license, voting down in Florida, buying property. That's another myth. You don't have to be a Florida homeowner to claim residency down there. Living in the state of Florida for 6 months, that's a myth. You have to be out of the state of Illinois for 6 months in one day. So you might spend 4 months in Florida, might go overseas for 2 months, and go out west for a month and a half. It's being out of the state of Illinois is the real secret, not so much how much time you spend in Florida.
Yeah, that's great. I'm learning something from you here. So there must be some financial benefits why people are moving to Florida. What are those?
Well, there's a number of financial benefits. I hit on the state income taxes. There are no state income taxes. And for someone who has high income in the state of Illinois, that's very meaningful there.
Right.
The second thing is Florida's a pro-business state. It's one of the fastest growing areas in the country, and if you're going to start a business or take a business to Florida, chances are you'll thrive very well in that state.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned I had a couple of clients that moved to Florida and started businesses there, and they cited those reasons for it. So there must be some other non-financial reasons. And I've heard a lot about how do you prove you had the real intent, of actually being in a home in Florida.
And this is the big one, where the northern states, like Illinois, are chasing their residents down. And not only do you have to show that you've been out of the state of Illinois for 6 months and register to vote and proving that your mail's being sent there and you're voting there, but you need to prove intent. Well, what does that mean? Well, it's where are you spending your holidays? Where are your family heirlooms, the pictures, the jewelry, the art that you might have? Where your advisors, where are they at? Are they up here, your primary advisors? Your primary care physician, is it up here in Illinois or state of Florida? So it's like one of those scales, and we want to help our clients make sure that the scale, the Florida residency is heavier than the Illinois.
Sure, yeah, prove that intent. Okay, so it's not just financial or changing a bunch of ownership things.
Yes.
Right. And now, so where can they find help if they're out there looking to establish this domicile?
Well, many people will go to the web and they'll find maybe physicians, they'll find CPAs, attorneys in the state of Florida. That's a great place to start. But there's so much there, they really need a guide to help them find, put it all together and organize their process of becoming a Florida resident.
Well, that's a great point, and actually that's how Rob and we got together, because we decided to put a joint event together. We have 2 nights where we're going to hold an event on how to decide on becoming a Florida resident. One's going to be in the western suburbs around Oak Brook, and the other one's going to be up here on 2 different nights here in Glenview. You can see the information here about that. You can sign up online. You can also call the 800 number. And it'll be a really great event. We're going to have an attorney and an accountant there who specialize in this particular arena, so that you can ask those questions to be very clear about if you're deciding to look at this or consider it, that you've got the information and the facts and the fact pattern and things you need to do to get this going, because it's a couple-year process.
It is, and we'll have quite a bit of resources and materials there, such as the declaration of domicile for the state of Florida that they can fill out and file at the Collier County Courthouse for those in the Naples area.
Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff here.
Correct.
And we'll have those resources available to you. So look forward to having you come and learn a lot more about how to domicile in Florida. Take care.